In this grammar refresh, we'll start by taking a look at something called tag questions. Okay, so now a tag question is something you add at the end of your sentence to kind of ask for uh, clarification or to ask for someone to confirm something you just said. And these tag questions, or the tag part, is going to use a auxiliary verb. So that means to be or to have, to do, okay? And if the statement that you say is a positive statement, that means that your tag question is going to be in the negative form. And it's going to reverse for the other situation. If your statement that you say is a negative sentence, then you're going to use a positive tag question. Okay, so let's look at our examples. The first example, you're a cool person, aren't you? Okay, so let's break this down. Here we have, you're a cool person. That's our statement, right? It's positive. Okay, so our tag question is going to be negative. Okay, and we're using the form of the verb to be. Okay, so you're a cool person, aren't you? Right? So we're kind of confirming it, right? Like, hey, aren't you? The next question, the weather isn't nice, is it? Okay, so now pay attention here because we're switching our main sentence. Okay, the weather isn't nice. That's negative, right? Not. That's negative. So our tag question is positive. It's just, is it? Okay. We don't say the weather isn't nice, isn't it? Okay, that doesn't make sense. We have to make sure we're switching it based on what's happening with our main sentence. The next example, Josh plays tennis in his free time. Doesn't he? Okay, so again, here, Josh plays tennis. Positive statement. So our tag question, okay, is negative. Doesn't he? Okay, and if you're wondering, why here are we using to be, is, and are, but here we use does, okay? Because it's based off of our sentence, right? You are a cool person, okay? Or he is a cool person, right? We use the verb to be. So our tag question uses to be. To play tennis is an action, right? It's something you do. So doesn't he? Does he? Okay. The last one here, Emma and Kate didn't wish you a happy birthday. Did they? Okay, so again here, didn't wish. Okay, it's negative. We have the positive over here. Did they? Okay, and to wish is an action, something you do. So again, we're using that verb to do here. The next thing we'll look at is how to use the second conditional to describe some hypothetical situation. Okay, and a hypothetical situation is something that didn't happen, okay, but it's possible, right? You're just thinking about in the future if it did happen, okay? So the phrase or the structure we use is here. If I were you, I would, okay? And then you add your opinion or your advice, okay, or something that you think you would do in that situation, okay? And something to be aware of is we always use were, okay? It's always if I were, okay? We don't use was, right? You might be thinking, well, I, right, goes with was, not were. But in this situation, we always say were. So if I were you, and not if I was you. So our example here, okay, if I were you, I would say something funny to break the ice. Okay, so we're saying if in that situation I was there, this is what I would do. The next example, if I were him, I wouldn't interrupt people while talking. Okay, so again, you're putting yourself in that situation and saying what you would do.